Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this pick a card reading, which reveals the nitty-gritty about someone absolutely captivated by you. You may or may not already know who is falling for you right now. Either way, we're going to dive into their infatuation and see which thoughts and desires for you get their blood pumping. Keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective and that your choices and your actions lead to the ultimate truth of your situation. You have agency over your life and you decide how to live it. In front of me, I have 4 piles of cards. Pile number 1, Cosmobeings Tarot deck. Pile number 2, Tarot of Oneness. Pile 3, Mystical Medleys Tarot deck, and pile 4, Modern Witch Tarot deck. Pick the pile of cards that you feel drawn to the most for whatever reason. There's not a wrong way for you to choose your pile, and once you've made your decision, go to this description box and click the link for the corresponding pile. It will take you to the reading of your choice. Feel free to pause the video to review your choices if needed. And if you are hoping to hear a specific message that you don't get in one of the readings, then you can pick again because the message may be part of another pile's reading. If you don't get the messages you were hoping for in any of the piles, then it may not be for your best and highest good to hear that particular message at this time. So now it's time to tap into the cards, choose your captivating tarot adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1, those who picked Cosmobeings Tarot deck to find out who's falling for you and why. So let's get into answering that question of who is falling hard for group number 1. You have round face, preppy. So someone with a round face dresses in a preppy way. You have also the eagle, freedom, perspective, victory. They perhaps are someone who is into sports, someone who is outgoing, possibly also pretty smart. And you have the leopard, power, swiftness, ambition. So it's the type of person that, again, someone who might be into sports, athletic, someone who is really setting themselves up for success in the future. Maybe they have political aspirations, or they want to possibly be some type of coach or professor. So here, in terms of how their infatuation with you makes them feel, you have this card of discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. So group number 2, their infatuation with you is something that they are not fully disclosing. They might still be in the process of figuring you out, but they still have feelings nonetheless for you. So let's see what they secretly hope you can provide to them. You have this trust card. So they're not sure about you, but they want to be able to trust you. They want to be able to share themselves and their lives with you, to be vulnerable. Possibly this, concept of victory and power and ambition is something that they have as an initial mask or facade. Not saying that they're fake, but that's the initial layer of their true self. And they're trying to figure out if they can trust you to show you the real them. So let's see. What about you caught their attention first? You have the 10 of Pentacles. So group number one, perhaps you are someone who is financially stable, someone who is kind of surrounded by wealth or family. Basically, what caught their attention is your ability to really be in the present moment and not complain about things that you want or don't have, but more being in the present and really enjoying what's there, whether you have actual financial wealth, or you just have that sense about you where there's nothing that you need that you can't get yourself. So let's see what about you makes them feel vulnerable. You have the 9 of Cups. So you are someone that is, happy in their own skin, or they perceive you to be that way. And that makes them feel vulnerable, perhaps because they have this initial exterior that makes them seem very tough and not just powerful, but there's nothing that could faze them. But for you, it's as if you are happy in your own skin, happy in the world that you created for yourself. So let's see what about you caused them to develop feelings. You have the King of Pentacles. So that aspect about you where you kind of created your own world, where you feel that you have everything you need. Everyone that you care for is connected to you, or you want to, you are in a day-to-day living where you care for people, you provide what you can provide, you are connected to your environment. And so they started developing feelings for you because, again, you're comfortable in your own skin. They might not know your history and what you've had to put into yourself, how you've had to maneuver through life to get to that position. Maybe this is just their perception of you, but that's kind of where these feelings kind of stem from. So let's see, what about you fuels their desire? You have the Knight of Swords. So group number one, you possibly just go after what you want. You kind of are there to protect. You're there to be supportive. You're there to, be whatever you need to be to get done what needs to get done. So let's see here how they act around you. You have the Four of Wands. So group number one, this person who is infatuated with you, they are there, to celebrate the good times. They're there to party. They act as if they have, no worries in the world, nothing to complain about. They're just there to have fun. And let's see what their intentions are towards you. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, that concept of, deception and trying to figure things out. So they're to some degree, this Seven of Swords, this concept of deception or things that are hidden, things that are still unknown. It could be even themselves. It could be even, that they need to know that you are absolutely comfortable in your own skin. You don't really need anything. You can protect yourself, you can protect others, because if they decide to change, if they decide to allow their true self to kind of emerge more, then and they might not know what that true self is, and they just want to make sure that you are who you are. But I mean, the truth is, all of us are constantly changing in some way or another. So let's take a look here at what kind of energy they would add to your life. You have the Hierophant here. So they would kind of add this layer of connecting you to something outside of what you know. They would add some more, like, possibly structure, some rules. And by that, I mean, if they have like a health regimen that they follow, or they have to have a certain schedule that they have to stick to, then that's something they might add to your life. With this Knight of Swords energy about you, you kind of just jump in. You might not have necessarily a whole plan of action or set of a checklist to follow. So here they might give you some more structure and kind of rules and ways for you to kind of be more self-disciplined to a certain degree. So here, let's see what you should know about a potential romantic relationship with this person. You have breaking free and contemplation. So group number one, to some degree, there is, you like this aspect of being your own person, possibly being independent, and even this Knight of Swords energy of, doing what you feel like doing when you feel like doing it. And there's going to be some, some consideration that you'd want to put into this, potential of a relationship if it was presented to you. Possibly because also this Seven of Swords energy, they are still, they are still figuring themselves out. You're still figuring yourself out. But to some degree, they are going to be keeping secrets from you until they can trust you. And we all do that. But this is just something for you to consider should this offer or presentation of a potential relationship with this person arise. So, group number 1, I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of who is falling for you and why. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is a reading for group number 2, those who picked Tarot of Oneness, to find out who's falling for you and why. So group number 2, let's see who is falling hard at this time. You have short hair and mature. So someone that is mature has short hair, possibly someone not only mature in kind of emotional maturity, but possibly even older than you. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we have the kangaroo family direction energy. So group number 2, the person who's falling for you, not only might they be more mature in emotions and attitudes and age, they might even be someone who has children or is ready to start a family, is ready to kind of invest in not only a relationship, a long-term relationship, but the relationship that they have envisioned for a long time, and they're ready to settle down. You have the owl, wisdom, learning, transition. So there does seem to be a sense of this person being later along in their life, knowing what they want, having a lot of life experience, having a lot of opportunities to grow. And this is the next kind of phase in their life that they want to explore, possibly with you. So here, in terms of their infatuation with you and what it makes them feel, you have this abundance card. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. So they do get the sense that with you, they can have the life that they've envisioned for themselves, that that family, that connection, really limitless potential in terms of what it is that they can love and grow and watch grow. So let's see what they secretly hope you can provide for them. You have this protection card here. So in terms of this protection, it seems like they have this life experience. They are someone who is wise and knowing, and they have that life experience. They might not necessarily be able to protect themselves in ways like social outings, or I see this protection as almost like a shelter, you kind of just in this picture see a lone tree with some lightning and clouds above it out in the field. But what I'm curious about is all the life that is being, sheltered by the canopy of this tree. What life is flourishing there? And so, to some degree, this protection is almost to navigate through certain, situations in life where they don't want to be on their own, where they want to be in a position of kind of like sheltering at home, sheltering with someone, and feeling like they're not missing out on anything outside of that tree of life there. So let's get into why they're so captivated by you, group number 2. So let's see what we get. So first you have this strength card. That's what first caught their attention about you. You are someone who is able to not only have an inner strength about yourself, you're able to calm others. You're able to have that patience, that gentle tenderness, and it may be that is one way that they would want you for that protection. They might have all this experience, but they might not know how to navigate certain situations where if you finally get everything you've wanted in life, that sense of doing anything to protect it, but also needing someone to kind of let you know what's okay. So they might not have a great sense of that social knowing, of understanding themselves, understanding what different aspects of their light and dark to hold on to or to shove away. And so what first caught their attention about you is that you had that sense about yourself. You might not consider yourself to be someone who is, super courageous and brave, but there's something about you where they felt that kind of that tender, gentle persuasion that you could have over people and definitely over them. So let's see what we get next. So here you have embodiment of Pentacles. This is equivalent to the King of Pentacles. So in terms of this aspect about you, it made them feel vulnerable at first. You having this ability to kind of command a certain attention. It seems that, you may be connected to people and to nature, your environment, in a way that they hadn't been. Or even though they have life experience and that they are kind of wiser from that journey they've previously had, it's as if you also had a lot of experience. You've worked hard to get to where you are, and you are someone who is reliable and would protect others and is trustworthy, compassionate. And so that made them feel a bit vulnerable. So let's see what caused them to develop feelings for you. You have Spirit of Wands, which is the equivalent to the Queen of Wands. So there's a certain, certain courage about you, a certain attention that you command, possibly through a certain way that you just maneuver in the environment, how you interact with people, not necessarily demanding that type of attention. But it's kind of like this little kitty cat looking up at the Queen of Wands or Spirit of Wands. The Spirit of Wands might not be calling to that kitty cat, but that kitty cat wants to see what is going on, what the Spirit of Wands wants to do next or will do next, where they're going, wants to follow along and be that kind of sidekick. So here, this is, what caused them to develop those feelings for you. So let's see what about you fuels their desire. You have 8 of Pentacles. So you are someone who is dedicated. You put your heart and soul into the things that you care about. You might also just be a hard worker, but you know your worth and you know that where you're going in the future, you're putting everything into it to get there. So let's see how they act around you, group number 2. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So they might try to at times avoid you, and I'm noticing this tree here and this tree here are very similar. They might try to avoid you at times, but they also might go out of their way to be in your presence. So it might be that you kind of see them kind of coming your way and expect that they'll be at a certain point once you cross that path, and then they're not there. So that might be a situation where they might not want to be seen. And in terms of going out of their way to be in your presence, it may be that you thought they were somewhere else or weren't going to be somewhere where you were, and then you happen to, see them or notice them where you are. So let's see what their intentions are towards you. You have the 3 of Wands. So group number 2, they want to go the distance with you. They see this potential for you two to sail off into the sunset, to kind of wherever your journey is for you and for them, to kind of bring that together and venture out together. Let's see what kind of energy they would add to your life. You have 6 of Wands here, so you can see all these cameras, these paparazzi here. So the energy they would add to your life is this sense of accomplishment and wanting to be seen. You seem to have already that aspect about you where you draw attention, and they would kind of add that acceptance of that attention, where it's almost commonplace for others to recognize you, to be in awe of you, and kind of celebrate you. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what you should know about a potential romantic relationship with this person. You have support. And you have breaking free. So group number 2, to some degree, if you are wanting to kind of go further than you have experienced and really have a significant change in your life, really want to push the limits of your comfort zone and really kind of be in the spotlight, then it seems that this person here could be a great person for you, like to have that mutual support with. So to give each other that protection that they secretly hope you can provide to them, and almost kind of for you, you've got this, intense energy about you, but it's almost as if with them you could go even further and break even more molds. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of who's falling for you and why, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, those who picked Mystical Medleys tarot deck to find out who's falling for you and why. So I'm going to shuffle these cards up. It is pouring rain outside, and my cat, Toasty Marshmallow, wants to stick his face out there, so I'm not going to stop him. So here you have sexy, and you have character. So this person who is falling hard for you, group number 3, is someone that is sexy, someone who is very much has a persona about them that really matches their outfit. Their attitude and their outfit are very in sync. It's almost as if they are playing a particular role. Like, it's making me think of someone who dresses the part, has the mannerisms of like a James Dean, wearing leather jacket, the smoldering look, kind of like a angst or inner conviction about them. Or there's someone who kind of plays the role of the sexy vixen. So let's see what else we have here. You have the frog voice, progress, cleansing. So this person who's falling for you is someone who they are outspoken. They are someone who needs to kind of do what they do and say what needs to be said in order to be true to themselves. They might be someone who is, feeling like they're evolving into a certain identity, whether that identity matches the way they are now or they want to be, like they're evolving into that identity and that concept of dress the part, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. It could be that going on, or it could be that in them being outspoken, it helps them to figure out who they are, who they want to be. And we also have the Crow, clarity, destiny, clairvoyance. So to some degree, this individual, it's as if they feel like they've experienced life before, like they're an old soul, and they are just trying to figure out who that former person was, or who the character that they are kind of portraying, who that might be for them. So if they feel, connected to, let's say, for example, James Dean, then they might feel like, if they feel that they were this person in past life, or they really gel with that persona, then that's kind of what they're trying to portray. They're trying to portray some aspect of themselves that they feel really connected to in like another dimension, another world type of thing. So let's see how their infatuation with you kind of fits in with this and makes them feel. You have magic, make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. So group number 3, their infatuation with you kind of fits in with that kind of mystical aspect of the identity that they feel drawn to. It's as if you are part of that environment, that kind of that destined aspect of possibly being together. So let's see here what they secretly hope you can provide them. You have adventures. So group number 3, they do feel drawn to you. They feel that, can see here with these parrots, these very colorful parrots. It's as if you are calling to them, or there's something in the world, the universe, that is drawing attention to you, for them to see you and to kind of see where this leads. So let's get into these tarot cards here and find out why they're so captivated by you, group number 3. So what first caught their attention? You have Knight of Pentacles. So what they first noticed about you is your intention, your desire to really take responsibility at the task at hand, your concern about your reputation and your future, and how those kind of relate. To a certain degree, they have a similar attitude about life, and kind of planting those seeds, seeing what kind of grows, and looking ahead. But for them, there is almost like a destined outcome. For you, it might be that you are just excited about seeing what you can create without a specific end goal, or a feeling about what the destined end goal should be. So let's see what else we have. What about you makes them feel vulnerable? You have the 5 of Cups here. So perhaps you are someone that has gone through some type of loss that they are aware of, or you remind them of someone from their past that they are still, trying to process the loss over. It could be a former significant other. It could be a parent figure. So I'm going to clarify this Five of Cups. You have the Hangman here. So whatever this is, whether it's them or it's you, it seems as if there's some kind of sacrifice, some kind of suspension going on, and it makes them feel vulnerable. So if you were someone that experienced loss and part of you really intentionally focusing on your next step and being excited about what you can create is related to that, or if it is it's them focusing on a past loss and that's why they're kind of attracted to you, is that you kind of remind them of someone and that they are feeling that they are kind of waiting on something, waiting. Maybe they need to heal this, but maybe they consider it a type of destiny needing to come into play. So let's see what about you caused them to develop feelings for you. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So it may be some aspect of like a mother type, parental type nurturing. But there is a compassion in you and a desire to like nurture and take care of the people around you, your environment. Perhaps you're someone who is tidy, or someone who is, a animal lover. But there is a tenderness and gentleness about you that cause them to develop feelings for you, and possibly a bit of kind of having patience with someone. So let's see what about you fuels their desire. You have the Ten of Pentacles. And it could be this concept of whatever they think this destiny is, and magic is, where you two together can create this kind of perfect world, this outcome where you can live in whatever world that they're trying to create, whatever adventures that they're trying to, or they can foresee with you, possibly, a family. So let's take a look at how they act around you, group number 3. 8 of Wands. So they might, when you're around, want to seem like they're busy, or that they are just kind of moving forward, really where they need to be, going where they need to go, kind of like they have a determined kind of next step. Like they've got everything going just right for them. So I actually want to clarify that and see if it's kind of, you can see here these little witches on the brooms are looking straight ahead. I'm going to see if they kind of are playing that game of pretending not to see you because they want to look important, or if it's more motivation. So you have here the Four of Swords. So what I'm noticing is the stained glass window. This individual is like looking at this person sleeping in this, is this like a coffin or whatever it is looking at this person. So it seems like it has to do with looking at you, but it's also like a sense of always being on the go. So it's both of those things. Okay. So let's see what their intentions are towards you, group number 3. You have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so there is the aspect of liar, stealer, cheater. It also is a sense of deception or trying to, have a plan that no one can really figure out. So I'm going to see what that means. You have 6 of Wands. So for right now, their intentions towards you are to really kind of be able to maneuver around you without you drawing much attention to them until they are in a position of being confident that whatever approach they're going to take with you is going to hook you. So let's see what kind of energy they would add to your life here. You have Page of Cups. So they would bring in that imagination, that creativity, that sense of playfulness, and possibly that sense of magic and destiny. So let's take a look here about what you should know about a potential relationship with this person. You have dreaming, interesting, because you have the Page of Cups there and the Magic card there. And you have friendship. Okay. So here with this dreaming card, this is a question almost. If you are someone who is daydreaming, someone who is kind of having fantasies and imagining what your life could be like, but not really taking any steps towards it, then this kind of says pretty much to kind of figure out what your dreams are trying to tell you, make sure that you're eating right, sleeping well, and really kind of tune into yourself to see what it is that you truly want. Based on the cards here, their perception of you is with these pentacles, where it's more practical, where there is actual activity and intentional doing going on in the material world. So to some degree, it might be them that's doing this dreaming, doing this this daydreaming fantasy life without really doing something on their own that will help them be grounded in reality, whatever it is they're dreaming. And with this card of friendship, it may be that they might not be practical enough for you, or they might be in this like kind of caught in the past somehow, stuck in a past life, or believe that they're stuck in some kind of old soulness, and that you might just want to pursue a friendship with them as opposed to something romantic. So group number 3, I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of who is falling for you and why, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is a reading for group number 4, those who picked Modern Witch Tarot deck to find out who's falling for you and why. So let's take a look at who this person is that is falling for you hard. We have sharp features and long hair. So anyone fitting that descriptions, whatever sharp features means to you and whatever long hair means to you. You also have the dragonfly, illusion, lightness, shifting. So here, this person who is falling for you, group number 4, it may be someone who is, you notice them and you kind of take a second look. They might not necessarily be someone that holds attention, but there is something about how they either maneuver through the environment or some aspect of themselves where you kind of take a second look at something where it's you missed it the first time and there's something on, like, it makes you go back and kind of say, what was that? Something about them where it's a mystery, but it's something that if you look at long enough or hard enough, you'll see the pattern there. And then you have the giraffe, foresight, aspiration, individuality. So this person who is falling for group number 4 has foresight. A lot of 4s there. Basically, what you might be noticing about them, or what people might notice about them, that wanting to take a second look at them, is that there is something unique about them. It may be like a feature, a physical feature. It might be a physical feature that you don't see, but it has them either walk a certain way or present themselves a certain way. And it's something that it's not like it's not something that is negative. It's something that they fully embrace or will embrace at some point about them. It makes them different from other people and it draws attention to them, but they will embrace this aspect, and it will help them to kind of be more focused on their future and how they want to operate in their environment. So let's see how their infatuation with you makes them feel. You have this card of compassion, be gentle with yourself, forgiveness will set you free, see the light in yourself and others. So this aspect about themselves that makes them unique, there's something about their feelings for you, perhaps some aspect about you where they are maybe kinder to themselves than they would be if you weren't around. Perhaps you are that connection to them, really embracing this unique characteristic of themselves, whereas before they just may have felt that it called them out as being different, but not appreciating it. So their infatuation with you is helping them to see the beauty in themselves. And in terms of what they secretly hope you can provide for them, you have this card of community. So there's something that you stirred in them where they almost see you as that gateway to getting them reintroduced into a group, an organization, possibly their social life, seeing themselves in this particular way. So what I think is interesting is this card here of the dragonfly, and then this community card with these butterflies. It's almost as if whatever is unique about them, whatever characteristic makes them think they're different, they are going to want you to help them to blend in as if that characteristic doesn't make them unique. It's not as if they are going to be embarrassed about it, but it's almost as if they feel that you would, again, that sense of something about you makes them more compassionate towards themselves than if you weren't around. It's almost as if the desire to be integrated with a community or a desire to go along with the masses or mainstream, that's something that they're willing to do and would want to do because of you. So let's see what about you is so captivating to them. So let's see what about you first caught their attention. You have the Knight of Swords. So group number 4, something about you where you do what's right. You get in there and you help whoever needs to be helped. You are a voice for whoever needs a voice. You kind of save the day or try to save the day. And so it might be that aspect of you that they feel can really, that heart of yours, even though the Knight of Swords is more about thought and action, making things happen, as opposed to focusing on the outcome, there is this desire to do what's right, to, stand up again for those who don't have a voice. So that compassion that you make them feel, and that sense of being kind of reintroduced to a certain community, it's as if they feel that you would protect them and stand up for them if they needed it. So let's see what about you makes them feel vulnerable. You have 5 of Wands. So it may be that you are kind of feisty, you're competitive, you stand up for what you believe in, even if it doesn't kind of mesh well with others. To some degree, you might be unwilling to listen, but it could be at times when you are so passionate about something. But that energy makes them feel vulnerable. So let's see what caused them to develop feelings for you. You have the Moon here. So it is to some degree that the unknown about you, the mystery about you, how is it that you can be so is brash the word I'm thinking of? So really, you are opinionated, you are combative, but not necessarily like you go out of your way to to have those things happen, because you are also someone who wants to do what's right, and you're compassionate and gentle. So there is that, the unknown side of you. Maybe this is what they've seen of you so far, but the more receptive, uh, you know, divine feminine energy, the secrets that you have, the things that you have hidden, they're wondering about it, made them start having feelings for you. So I'm going to pull another card for this moon here. So, I mean, these people are nude wearing masks, so it could be that, you know, maybe y'all went skinny dipping or something and they started having feelings for you. But so here, the Queen of Swords, someone who speaks their truth, someone who's honest, reasonable, straightforward. So here, it's as if that more rigid exterior, they're questioning or maybe even seeing that more tender side of you, the more delicate aspect of you, is what had them develop feelings. So let's see what about you fuels their desire. There's this Death card. So what is drawing my attention here is the different ways that people are reacting to death. You can see here's this, I think there's a king who's just straight out, just dead on the ground. They're in the traditional death card. There's like a bishop or a pope who is like pleading with death. Here, there is this, looks like an elderly woman. And then there's this child on their knees, not even looking at death. And this other child looks like offering death a flower. And in the traditional death card, the child is, you know, looking up with awe and wonder. So although death is usually about transformation and loss, it's almost as if here what fuels their desire for you is how you react to them. Whatever it is that they feel, or may have felt at one point that made them unique or made them feel different, how you reacted to them, how you, and I don't know what that reaction was. Maybe it was taking a second look when other people wouldn't take a second look. You know, perhaps it was a gesture that you made, but there was a way that you interacted with them that caught their attention and fuels their desire for you. So let's see how they act around you. You have Queen of Cups. So they are someone who is deeply emotional. And that's not something that they hide from you. It may be that they are artistic, creative, imaginative, and they want to kind of be more involved with people, and they do think that you can help them with that. But they are very much, not sure if they necessarily wear their heart on their sleeves, but when it comes to you, maybe one-on-one interactions, they are very much wanting to be open with you. So let's see what their intentions are. You have the Eight of Swords. So they really feel that they can't do much when it comes to you. It's almost as if they're hoping you make a move because they feel or they think that, maybe whatever makes them different or they feel makes them different is something that is kind of handicaps them, makes it so that they can't really do anything. It is to some degree a mental limitation that they have for themselves, but let's take a look at what kind of energy they would add to your life even. You have the Five of Cups. So to some degree, they would add some sadness, some loss, that energy to your life, and possibly because they are deeply emotional. So yeah, it is a sense that they're picking up on your strength, and they're also kind of your strength and hoping that you are as emotional as they are and kind of can help them get out of their isolation and help them to even transform. Maybe that's what this death is, this desire for you to kind of help them transform into someone or something where they kind of get over these isolating aspects that looked at a different way makes them unique and individual, but they have taken it to be kind of isolating for themselves. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards here to find out what you should know about a potential romantic relationship with this person. Group number 4, you have healing and feelings. Okay, so here it seems pretty much, clear from the Five of Cups situation here and the Eight of Swords situation, and this card for compassion. If you got into a romantic relationship with this person, at least at their current state, current condition, there would be a lot of healing you would need to help them with, and they would be dealing with a lot of emotions, and so would you, especially with this kind of Queen of Cups energy that they have and your kind of Queen of Swords energy. It seems that you might want some balance there when it comes to intellect and reason, and then dealing with your emotions. And they would definitely, with their double emotions here, queens being associated with the element of water, and cups as well, that double water, that double emotions will kind of possibly overload you with feelings. So take whatever you will from that. I'm hoping it provided you with a helpful perspective of who's falling for you and why, and we'll see you next time. Take care.